past 16 months, I've helped over 35 B2B SaaS and service companies rank #1 on Google for revenue driving keywords, and many of which have drove qualified inbound leads within 90 days of publishing content. But the truth is, many B2B companies still don't think SEO is a worthwhile channel to drive organic traffic, visibility, mindshare, inbound leads, and demos. In this video, I'll share the exact strategy so your B2B SaaS or service company can make organic search a predictable channel to drive qualified traffic, build mindshare in your category, and most importantly, drive signups, leads, or demos on a consistent basis. Let's jump in. So sadly, most B2B companies get SEO completely wrong. They fall into something I call the traffic trap, where they're going for traffic at all costs. They look at really high search volume keywords and queries. So it could be things like, what is a CRM? How to build a website? What is a KPI? These kind of light informational based searches that might drive a ton of traffic, but are super unlikely to result in inbound leads or demos or sales calls for your business. And let's face it, SEO shouldn't be measured on traffic alone, especially in the era we're in now with AI search, more and more zero-click content as LLMs like ChatGPT, Google AI overviews, Google AI mode become more and more prevalent. There's less and less clicks and visits coming through to your website. So high sales intent SEO is more and more important than ever. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, if we're going to do an SEO campaign, rather than focus on traffic at all costs, we want to focus on driving qualified sales pipeline, leads, demos, signups, what's actually going to bring revenue to our business. And this is why we should focus on money keywords. A money keyword is basically a commercial intent keyword. It's something that your dream prospects are going to be hunting for on Google when they're in market. You've probably heard of the 95-5 rule. At any given time, 5% of your total addressable market are going to be in market for your service, software, or solution. Now, we want to focus on the 5% that are actively in market looking for your software, service, or product right now, so we can start capturing those prospects and driving qualified leads and pipeline through our websites on Google. And oftentimes these high sales intent money keywords will have less traffic, less monthly searches, but that shouldn't put you off, as they're much more likely to result in inbound leads. So as a quick snapshot to work out what your money keywords actually are, I usually recommend making a list, and quite often I'll recommend involving the sales or customer success team from your company, or if you're the founder running all the sales calls yourself, you'll probably know all this data to start building out your money keywords. So usually I say make a list of your main offerings. So in our case, that might be B2B SaaS SEO, SaaS SEO, B2B SEO, etc. The second list would be what are all the niches that we serve best. So in our case, that could be SaaS companies, could be fintech companies, could be IT companies, could be health tech companies, etc. What are all those niches or industries that, if you look back through your CRM, that you've historically sold well to, they have the problem that you solve, they're motivated to fix it, and they have cash to easily invest in your offer. So make a list of all the main offers you want to sell, all the main industries you serve best. Make a list of the main competitors that often come up in sales calls to almost an annoying level. There's probably 3, 4, 5 competitors that always get brought up on sales calls. Make a list of those as well. And the last list is your dream clients' jobs to be done, their struggling moments, or how they try and get stuff done in-house. So this could be detailed how-to problem-based queries. So in our case, that could be how to rank my B2B SaaS company on LLMs. Why isn't my B2B SaaS company driving pipeline through Google search? Kind of really detailed queries. If you can leverage insights from sales calls. So for example, if you sold proposal software, how to craft sales proposals or sales quotes that convert. Or if we're talking about a struggling moment, how to build sales proposals that close within Google Docs. This kind of stuff where you're leveraging the actual insights you hear on sales calls, you're understanding their problem, and then eventually you'll build out an article that addresses all these problems head on, talks about the issue with doing the current way, and then positions your product, solution, or service as a new, better way to get the job done. And then once you've got this detailed list of your main offer, your main industries, the main competitors, and the main jobs to be done or problems that you solve, then you can start making long tail, commercial intent, high sales intent, money keywords. you can put them together. So in our case, it could be B2B SaaS SEO company, it could be B2B SaaS SEO agency, it could be best SEO agency for fintech companies, best SEO agency for health tech companies, best SEO agency for SaaS companies, etc. You get the idea. And what you'll find is if you run these keywords through tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush, they might have lower traffic than a generic what is a KPI, how to build a website, but much higher sales intent. Someone's not searching this query for fun. They're searching it because they're actively in market looking to evaluate vendors. And if your website and your content hits the mark, then they'll probably request to book a call or book a demo. And to quickly talk about competitor money keywords, this works especially well for B2B SaaS and software companies, as typically prospects will evaluate 3 or 4 vendors before making a decision and pulling the trigger. So if you, for example, provided calendar scheduling software and you worked for Calendly as their marketing team, you might try and rank for things like Chili Piper alternatives or HubSpot meeting alternatives or Revenue Hero alternatives, or you might rank for terms like Revenue Hero versus Chili Piper or HubSpot meetings versus Calendly, where you talk about each competitor, what they do well, where they lack, where you shine out above some of these competitors, and then offer folks to see some social proof, some case studies, some reviews, and then drive them to book a sign up, book a demo. This works especially well if folks are annoyed with their current competitor or if they're evaluating options in your space. So a few other terms could be like competitor pricing, competitor reviews, competitor 1 versus competitor 2. These work super well to capture demand for folks comparing options. As a quick example of this in action, we recently ranked our client EventSair, a B2B SaaS events management platform, organic position 1 for Bizzabo alternatives. So Bizzabo is a competitor that often comes up against them. So if folks are comparing their options, looking for alternative solutions, maybe they're frustrated with Bizzabo, or maybe Bizzabo's one on their shortlist, they can see EventSair organic number 1, and then we've ranked a long form article where we review the best Bizzabo competitors. We have a quick intro, and then we position EventSair organic number 1 on this long form article. We have nice product-led focus. We've got a nice screenshot of their dashboard. We talk about features, problems they solve, why folks choose them, pricing, pros and cons. Make it nice and easy for folks to grab a demo. Before I jump into step 2, if you want us to implement this system for your B2B company, grab a call with me over at breakingb2b.com. We can discuss exactly where you're at, where you'd like to get to. I can share results we've got for similar businesses as quick as 90 days. So head over to breakingb2b.com or hit the link in the description below. Right, back to the video. Okay, so once you've identified your money keywords, you need to do something called assessing the intent. So in simple terms, all you got to do is type out one of your money keywords into a Google organic search. In this case, I've typed in top pen testing companies, and we've ranked our client software secured organic position 1. And what you want to do on this exercise is basically assess what type of page does Google expect to rank. So it's going to be easier if we're crafting a new page for it to rank successfully. So does Google favor landing pages? Is it mostly comparison pages? Is it mostly product listicles? Is it something else? So in this case, for top pen testing companies, it's mainly listicles. So product listicles, like we reviewed the top 10, the top 20 pen testing companies in 2025. In fact, nearly everything here is listicle, product listicle based pages. So what we recommend is once you know the type of page you're going to build out, if it's a product listicle, comparison, landing page, blog article, how-to article, whatever, the intent we can see that Google tends to favor is review the top 3 organic pages, look at how they're structured. So usually these top 10 listicles, they tend to have a quick intro and then they'll have a list. And usually folks will put their company as number 1 in the list and then do a comparison of the other companies below. Now, a lot of mistakes are made with these kind of pages, like companies talk about how great they are and then slate their competitors or talk bad about the competitors. I encourage you to lead with customer insights, to talk about things like problems you solve, others don't, where you fall short, where you excel, weave in social proof like customer quotes, testimonials, plenty of product images, examples of your product in action, gifts, YouTube video embeds that are relevant, and then making it easy for folks to take the next step, whether that's a free sign up, a get a demo, book a call, whatever's relevant. And yeah, this is one that we've managed to help Software Secured become organic position 1 in for one of their money keywords. So if a potential client of theirs has high sales intent, is looking for top penetration testing companies, top pen testing companies, they can see them ranking well. And in terms of a quick rundown of kind of the structure, usually you want to have your H1 heading 1 tag, only one heading 1 tag per page, and that's got to have your main keyword. your money keyword in it, and then usually your money keyword within the URL, so yourdomain.com/money keyword, any spaces separated by a hyphen, dash. And then in terms of the actual structure of the page itself, I recommend following a blow out the water strategy. So make sure you one up your competitors in every single way possible. So if it was a top 10 comparison listicle, then maybe you go for top 20, top 25, just to make sure that you don't have to go back in a few months and update the article. Also making sure you're actually leveraging customer insights on this page. So I'm a big fan of ranking and resonating with dream clients if you want to actually convert, no matter if it's a landing page, if it's an article, if it's a product listicle, if it's an alternative page, a comparison page. If you're in B2B, chances are you're selling something that needs some consideration. There's probably multiple execs and folks involved in the decision process. So if your content doesn't resonate, then it's not going to convert. So leveraging customer insights, if you can run 7 to 10 interviews of recently won customers who are not biased to your product, maybe weave in some recently churned clients as well. So you can understand things like the main problem that they had before they chose you, when it got so frustrating that they realized they needed to review solutions, what it was stopping them from getting done, why they chose to evaluate you, other companies they're evaluating, any concerns or things that were maybe holding them back from almost not picking you, why they decided to eventually choose you to work with them, the value you brought to the table, what they hate most about your industry. Collecting all these insights from 7 to 10 customer interviews, looking for patterns in the responses, so you can start leveraging those insights, those learnings, using the actual language your dream clients use on these research calls, on sales calls, on prospecting calls, so you can weave that in to your articles, landing pages, website content in general. So your copy, your content, your messaging in general really resonates with dream clients' problems, frustrations, their goals, their jobs to be done, and their motivators. So not only are you creating content to rank on Google, but it's going to resonate and be more likely to convert those prospects. And a few other things to mention on the technical side. So make sure your money keywords within your meta title, meta description, within the URL, within that single H1, and then weave naturally within the body copy. We recommend kind of up to 5 internal links, 3 to 5 internal links to relevant pages, and likewise other relevant pages linking back to you on that side of things. And otherwise, make sure that the website page speed loads nice and fast on mobile, tablet, and PC. And like I say, make sure your pages act as sales pages, so product-led, weaving in examples of your product, screenshots, GIFs, relevant YouTube videos, plenty of social proof, customer quotes, customer testimonial videos, case studies, and more, and make it easy for folks to take a relevant next step, whether that's downloading a guide, an email sign up, whether that's getting a free trial, a demo, or booking a call. And as one last example, if you search SaaS SEO agency, we tend to rank organic position 1 right now in the US at least. And we've also got the Google AI overviews. So above the fold, we've got a nice thumbnail of our site, so you can easily click through to that SaaS SEO agency page, and you'll see we've got the money keyword in the meta title and description, got it within our single H1, we've got an embedded YouTube video, which can also get us extra click-throughs in the search engine result page, and also helps a bit with LLMs. Sometimes YouTube videos get pulled through, and we've got a nice long form landing page where we talk about problems we solve, how we solve them. We've got a problem, agitation, solution framework, weaving in plenty of social proof client case study videos. We talk about our process. We've got more examples, case studies, results we've brought, exactly how we work, a bit about our team, and then more social proof at the end, and then FAQs right at the bottom of the page, answering those common questions like how long does it take to get results, what makes us different, why should I trust you, what's your process, all those real tough questions answered head on in the FAQ section, then a clear call to action at the bottom of that long form landing page. Now, one of the secrets when it comes to ranking your B2B SaaS tech or service company faster than giants in your industry is publishing at speed. So many mid-market, enterprise, large companies, they're doing well already in SEO, but they're so slow when it comes to actually publishing content. So your advantage as a smaller business that's leaner, that's agile, maybe you're a startup, maybe you can just get stuff done faster, is exactly that, speed. So if you can identify your money keywords, work out the type of intent, the type of page you need to build to rank, and have a mindset of publishing at speed, whether that's 1 a week, 2 a week, or whatever's realistic for your team, contractor, or agency, you can start getting stuff out the door faster. Whereas these large scale companies might take months to identify keywords, get them signed off by multiple execs up the chain, likewise then eventually writing the content, then passing it through to design, then passing it through to development, then getting legal to check it off. It might be 6 months sometimes times or more until they get a page published. Meanwhile, you could have published a money keyword page a week or faster and start chipping away at those slow-moving giant competitors, especially if you've gone after those niche long-tail money keywords that they might even be neglecting. And you can start really doing some damage in organic search, starting to show up for money keywords both on Google and the LLMs, and start driving high sales intent pipeline through SEO. And last off, link building. So you can get quite far with content alone, following the whole process I've outlined so far. But when it comes to super competitive keywords, so in our case, one of those really competitive money keywords might be SaaS SEO agency, which took us some time, some content work and some backlinking work to earn that organic #1 spot. In your case, let's pretend you provided calendar scheduling software, trying to rank for things like calendar scheduling tools, calendar scheduling software. Content will only get you so far. You're going to need a solid domain reputation and authority, and backlinks is going to help you rank some of those super competitive pages. So a couple quick ways to earn backlinks for free. One of my favorites is podcasting. So a big fan of a website called Listen Notes. What you can do is you can type in your niche or the industry you serve. In my case, I might type in B2B marketing or SaaS marketing, because that's the type of niche I'll go after. I'll look for the top podcasts in that niche. I can filter it to top 10%, top 5%, top 2.5% shows. I can reach out to the host of the show, either on LinkedIn or email, whatever channel they're on, send them a painfully short note like, "Hey Steve," or "Hey Jess, had a really weird idea for your show. Are you against a conversation?" Something like that piques their interest, makes them think, what is this guy on about? So they respond to me. I'll shoot them a quick lean video, probably with their website in the background, and say, "Look, enjoyed your recent episode on this, had a couple of weird ideas for your podcast that could be valuable for your audience, walk them through quickly, and then see if they'd be open to me having a guest. Do the podcast, do a really insightful interview that's helpful and useful to their audience, and then when they publish the article for the podcast episode, ask for a backlink to one of my money keywords and pages with a do follow link, but also ask for them to do a brand mention. So in our case, they might put something like Breaking B2B as a SaaS SEO agency, or Breaking B2B as a B2B SaaS SEO agency, and that gives us a little boost in the LLMs like ChatGPT and similar, as brand mentions seem to do some real good damage when it comes to showing up on the LLMs, especially if you can get cited in multiple product listicles like top X software or top X service companies. If you can get cited in a lot of those and build a lot of your own internal product listicles on your own website, it seems to give a nice little boost. And the second way is super low lift. So if you've got anyone on your team, whether that's an exec, marketing leader, revenue leader, or the founder or founders that have done any past press, guest posts, podcasts, PR, whatever it may be, copy and paste their URL of their LinkedIn profile. So grab their LinkedIn profile URL, cut and paste it into Ahrefs or SEMrush, filter it to backlinks. Then you can filter it by domain reputation to see the ones with the strongest domain reputation. Look for the sites that are niche relevant, and then you can look at all the articles, press releases or similar, that have linked to your founders, execs, profile on LinkedIn, but they probably haven't linked to your website page. So you can reach out to all the authors or publishers of these posts, find them on LinkedIn or email, whatever channel they're active on, drop them a really short message like, "Thanks again for having my founder or this exec on this article. Had a quick ask. I wondered if you'd be against tweaking this link to this keyword in this page," and also ask for the brand mention. So you could you say, instead of this, here's their LinkedIn profile, could you say Breaking B2B or a SaaS SEO agency, or your company as a category software provider, whatever makes sense, and link to this money keyword with a do follow link to this page. Most folks will be absolutely fine because they've already done the article. Maybe you have to offer them something in return, like something really low lift, like maybe you offer them a backlink for your site or invite them to your podcast, but most folks will be more than happy to do this because it's such a small tweak to the article. You'll probably be able to find a smudge of solid high domain rating sites that are in your niche or relevant to your industry and earn some real low lift backlinks and some brand mentions, which can give you a nice little boost generally on some of those money keyword pages, both Google organic search and the LLMs. This is something we've done ourselves at Breaking B2B to rank for money terms like SaaS SEO agency, B2B SaaS SEO agency, and otherwise, and a whole bunch of B2B tech, SaaS and service clients. If you head to our SEO results page, you'll see dozens of video interview case studies with VPs of marketing, marketing leaders, chief marketing officers, founders at B2B tech, SaaS and service companies. They'll share why they chose to work with Breaking B2B, the full process, the ups, the downs, why they'd recommend us, and of course the results driven through their full SEO programs. So that's breakingb2b.com and hit the results tab. And there you have it. Those are the steps that we follow to help B2B SaaS, tech and service companies rank organic position 1 on Google, and most importantly, drive a steady flow of pipeline and revenue. But as you probably got, this is quite a high level, and there's a lot more depth that goes into both ranking organically on Google as well as now AI search and the LLMs. So if you perhaps lack the resources internally and want to start driving qualified pipeline and revenues through SEO, why not book a call with us over at breakingb2b.com. We can chat through where you're at, where you'd like to get to, see if we're a good match to start driving results through SEO. That's breakingb2b.com, or hit the link in the description below. Or if you're not ready, you can grab our 90 Days to Revenue B2B SEO playbook. Head over to breakingb2b.com and hit that newsletter tab and you can unlock it instantly. Or try out the Breaking B2B podcast for tons of SEO tips, advice, case studies, breakdowns, and interviews with SaaS and B2B marketing leaders. And with that, I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers.